Good morning, everyone. Today, our topic is old complete perineal tear. Basically, our topic is genital injuries in obstetrics, injuries to genital tract in obstetrics. Basically, the genital tract are basically too much susceptible to the injuries because of the stress and strain of vaginal delivery. That area is much more prone for the injury during labor. There are so many conditions because of this labor. We can see obstetric legacies that lead to gross gynecological problems like genital prolapse. Genital prolapse may occur, and this is because already we had seen the topic in gynecology, as genital prolapse may occur because of the lax support of the uterus, and this is because the repeated vaginal delivery and the lack of tone of the muscle of the pelvic floor. Again, perineal injury including complete perineal tear. This is generally this occurs because of the improper management of the vaginal delivery. Tender and perineal vaginal scar, backache, chronic backache. Patient may suffer from eversion of the cervix with cervicitis. That cervical mucosa may come out, and it may get continuously eroded, and it may get eroded and it may get infected. Again, chronic ill health and chronic debilitating state, weakness, anemia. This might be the resultant of this obstetric legacy. So our topic is chronic perineal tear, also called as CPT, complete perineal tear, chronic complete perineal tear, chronic या तो old. So definition wise, tear of the perineal body involving sphincter and externals with or without involvement of anorectal mucosa is called as complete perineal tear. So tear of the perineal body, पेरिनियल बॉडी का टीयर है, उसके साथ में इन्वॉल्विंग स्फिंक्टर एनाई externals with or without involvement of anorectal mucosa. Sometimes anorectal mucosa might get involved, sometimes it might not get involved in the perineal tear. So generally, it is called as old perineal tear when the period of 3 months has been crossed after the injury and the patient is getting complaints, then it is called as old old perineal tear. We can call it. Now, the degrees of perineal tear, there are 4 degrees. First degree perineal tear, it is limited to vaginal mucosa and skin of the enteritis. It is limited to vaginal mucosa and skin of the enteritis. Second degree, it extends to fascia and muscles of the perineal body. Third degree, the trauma involves anal sphincter, and fourth degree, it involves generally injury to rectal lumen also and rectal mucosa also. Injury to anal sphincter, again it will extend to rectal mucosa also. So, what are the causes or predisposing factors for this perineal tear? So, lacerations of perineum are the result of overstretching because of the labor, vaginal delivery. There will be overstretching of that perineal part or rapid stretching of this part. So, different whenever the labor is obstructed, whenever the precipitate labor is there, in such condition, these injuries are comparatively very common. In again advanced age after the age of 30, but all you are trying the vaginal delivery, then the poor extensile strength and rigidity of that area, that may lead to the tear of the that particular perineal area. Again, perineal injuries are common in primigravida than multigravida. So, first time the patient is undergoing to the vaginal delivery, so it is common in primary. Again, obstetric injuries like malpresentation, such as breech presentation, in such where the vaginal delivery is done, and such cases, injury is much more. Contracted pelvic outlet whenever it is there. So, labor is generally obstructed in such cases. Spontaneous labor whenever the labor is not induced, and whenever the patient basically in this, whenever the patient is not in lying down position, in such cases the injury to the perineal area occurs. Again, operative vaginal deliveries like forceps and vacuum deliveries, whenever the external support is applied, like forceps and assisted labor is done. In such cases, there will be injury to the perineum. Again, macrozomic babies means big babies. In such, whenever the babies are in big size, whenever the weight is more than 4 kg, in such cases, there will be injury to the perineum. Non-obstetric injuries, so many causes are there. Direct injury, injuries to because of the road traffic accident, molestation, fall, such are the causes. Direct fall will be there, direct trauma will be there to the perineum, and these might be the causes in gynecology. Clinical features as we all see, clinical features, patient profile is very important. Generally, it is seen in primiparous females. Primipara is more susceptible, more prone for this injury to the perineum. Symptoms: inability to hold the flatus or feces. Incontinence of flatus is very common, and it will depend on the damage to the external anal sphincter. If, how much is degree it is, the incontinence of flatus and feces, it will depend on the degree of damage to the external sphincter of the anus. Again, if at all the damage is slight, there will be slight incontinence. Only loose stool might be there, and whenever the damage is much more, then the incontinence will be much more. Again, soreness of the over the area of perianal region will be there, and irritation by the stool will cause this soreness in the perianal area. Signs, in signs, on inspection we can see, in this absence of perineum, you can see on inspection, there will be rectal mucosa is generally reddish and vaginal mucosa is pinkish. Again, visible dimple on the skin, we can notice on the either side of the fused mucosa. And on palpation, there will be absence of sphincteric gap. There will be absence of sphincteric gap evidence when the finger is introduced into the rectum. The anal canal is separated from the vagina only by a septum, we can notice on palpation. So, differential diagnosis, basically rectovaginal fistula, we have to do the differential diagnosis. This generally confused with this complete perineal tear, but rectovaginal fistula will cause more inconvenience to the patient, and it also will cause basically fecal incontinence, rectovaginal fistula. But through vagina, that fecal matter will come out. Then on palpation, these findings will be not there. The septum will and correction means there will be correct gap we can notice in rectum and vagina. Again, treatment part of this, prevention is always better, and operative part is there. So in next session we will see this treatment part. Hope you have understood the topic. If at all you are having any query, please mention in the comment box. I'll try to resolve it. Thank you very much.